Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your month of April reading. So many of you know I am a fellow Taurian, so I always get a little bit more excited for this reading, just because I'm finding out for the first time as well. So what this reading is going to look like this month is I'm going to give a linear progression of how you might expect the energy to play out, a week-by-week basis, ish, it's not an exact science here, but it's just a linear progression. So we have tarot cards, I have clarifying cards. These will be the main energies. We're then going to get more specific with a love reading, an abundance reading, and a career life purpose reading, and I'm going to give you an answer for a question that you have. So as the reading goes along, if any questions come up, remember them, because I'm going to have you ask it, and then see what the cards have to say for your questions. So just very quickly, 2 announcements before we get started. The first is I will be having a webinar series, a free webinar that is going to be on, I'm checking my calendar really quick, Tuesday, April 2nd. It's a lot about shifting your mindset, and we'll do an energy session and meditation, things like that. I'm doing it with my good friend David Cohen. So if you're interested in that free webinar, April 2nd, it goes from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The second announcement is I am going to do an extended new moon and full moon reading, as well as energy healing, manifestation, and releasing sessions. So I'm going to link to that below. All of that is $5. So if you're interested, you'll get an extended reading for the new moon and the full moon, and 2 separate healing, manifestation, and releasing energy healing sessions for you to really capitalize on that energy leading up to both of those moon cycles. So if you like it, then I'll continue doing it. I was just guided to do so, so we're going to see how it goes. Links to everything below. Let's get started with the reading. We start the month with the 10 of Cups in reverse. The 10 of Cups in reverse makes a lot of sense after coming out of the Mercury retrograde, which brought up a lot of emotions. Also, for us Tauruses, with Uranus coming into our sign, it can really magnify areas in our life where we are feeling stuck, where we're not feeling free, where we're not feeling fulfilled. And so I'm feeling like a lot of the energies from that are kind of carrying over into the first week of April. And that's what this 10 of Cups is talking about. Where in your life do you feel like you just want to move on? What is inhibiting you? Taurus says we like safety, we like security, and it's not always the most easy for us to take drastic measures or to change things. Not all Tauruses, but a lot, being a fixed earth sign. But the first week of April is a time to evaluate, what's not serving me any longer? And so the Cups card is an emotional card, and that could be talking about just emotions, mental patterns. But for a lot of us, it could be talking about perhaps a job, certain relationships, relationship patterns, habits that we have that are working against us and not for us. And so I want to show you the clarifying cards. We got the Walking Away card. Now, it did come in reverse. When this Walking Away card comes in reverse, it's talking about a situation or a pattern or a habit. Again, it can be in our life, it can be within us that is no longer serving us, but we're staying in it because of security. Like we're staying in it because we're not sure what's next, or we just we're scared, we can't see the future, we wish we could. But what the card is saying is we will be walking away from something. The time is ripe to walk away from any patterns, habits, situations that no longer serve you, and evaluate why you're staying in them. Are you staying in a situation or a habit or a thought pattern because it feeds your soul, because it makes you happy, because there is love there? Or are you staying in it because you're too scared to walk out of it? So the second clarifying card that came up was the Goddess of the Moon. So I'm feeling like the new moon is going to be, it could be, for some, a very pivotal moment in your journey. So the intentions that you set during the full moon or the new moon this month, I have a feeling that by the end of the month, you will have released what you need to release, and you will start seeing those intentions coming into fruition. So make sure to pay attention to the moon cycles this month. Secondly, this card talks about intuition. What intuitions are you getting? You are absolutely going to be getting some. Don't doubt them. And if this intuition is guiding you towards a new journey, then trust that over the fear of leaving the old behind. We're having to leave some things behind. I mean, that's just really what I'm feeling like this month. We're going to see what needs to go. And probably during Mercury retrograde last month, we really did get to see, like, we got some little snippets of, okay, this isn't serving me, this isn't serving me, this doesn't feed my soul. And so we probably already have some ideas in mind of what we just need to lovingly release. And as we do, then we're going to get intuitions, and they're going to lead us to the next steps on the journey. All right, way to start off April, right? And of course, we are going to get more clarification when we go over the abundance and life purpose and relationships. So if you're kind of wondering, like, what is she talking about? What area is she talking about? We will get more clarification. I also want to note that don't allow anything I say to create fear, to cause fear. This is meant to shine a spotlight on something that you already know, and that's it. So if it causes fear and anxiety, then ditch that, or contemplate what about that is causing fear and anxiety. Perhaps it's that fear that's what you need to walk away from. That's what needs to be released. This doesn't have to be huge things, but letting go of fear, letting go of those internal patterns, even though they're not drastic changes in your external world, they're life-changing. So again, don't get caught up in the fear. Use this as guidance. Listen to your intuition, because we're going to be moving on to something, Taurians. All right, so let's go now to the second week. And for the second week of April, we got the Four of Cups, and we also got the Moon. So the Four of Cups is talking about feeling like things aren't moving forward. Again, kind of feeling a little stuck. And those are the two, that's the main energy I'm just feeling for the first half of April. However, all of the energy is wanting us to move forward. Okay, it's our mindset. It's these old emotional patterns that are making us feel stuck. And so the Moon card comes up. Again, we got two Moon cards. I really am feeling like the moon cycles this month are going to be huge for us. The Moon card is talking about going within and trusting, and it can be talking about intuition again. So if you feel like you are just in this place where you're looking at the present saying, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with this situation, I'm not happy with these feelings, I'm not happy thinking this way anymore or living here anymore, I'm just, what I want you to remember is there's this little cup right here in this picture that the universe is giving to him, but he's not seeing it because he's so focused on these three cups that he's not happy with. So that's what we're trying to shift this second week. Know that by the second week of April, you're probably not going to have called in everything you want to manifest, but the universe is right over here saying, hey, here's your next steps. Here's your guidance. And that's why it came with the Moon card, the card of intuition, the card of going within. A lot of times people don't really like the Moon card, but the Moon card is good for contemplation. The Moon card is good for tuning into that guidance system, and that's what you're really being encouraged to do during this second week of April, the first and second week of April, the beginning part. So I want to show you the clarification cards. We got the Man holding the heart. So just really quick for that could be talking about your own heart. Taurus, that's our power chakra, is our heart. So how much are you listening to that versus your head as something to contemplate? It could be talking about relationships. Are you looking at your relationships through a lens of judgment or negativity, or this happened in the past and I'm going to hold on to it? If you are, then it might be a time to just kind of drop down into your heart space and just be in those relationships and see if there is love there, and if you are enjoying them while you're being mindful and present in the moment. And if not, then that gives you clarity as well. But we're just not wanting to get too stuck in our head, too stuck in old emotions when it comes to matters of the heart, is really what I'm getting. Okay, so we pulled out some other clarification cards. The first we got was strategy in reverse. We then got cornucopia and angel of balance. What I'm feeling like is these first 2 weeks, it's not a time to overwhelm yourself with the strategy. How's this going to happen? When's it going to happen? What's going to be next? It's a time to tune into your intuition, know that you're getting guidance every step along this journey. Listen to your heart rather than your mind. And you will know if you are listening to your heart and intuition versus your ego and fear by how in or out of balance you feel. So we're really wanting to create balance within ourselves, balance within our lives. And as you do, we got the cornucopia. It's just like this universe trying to give him the cup. This is like the cup to your dreams, to what you want to manifest, to this cornucopia. But we're not able to see it when we're too stuck in the strategizing and the wondering what's next. So it's really just a time to be present, to be mindful, to tune into your heart and follow the little intuitions, or at least write them down and trust them as you get them. Let's move now to the third-ish week of April. We got the Strength card and we got the King of Pentacles card. And I want to show you the clarification card, and then I'm going to talk about all three. We got the Envy card in reverse as the clarification. So this Strength card, this talks about finding strength in a feminine kind of way, and a feminine energy is a state of being, not a state of force. Okay? So this, again, is you are finding your strength in your heart space, in that power chakra of ours. And you're being encouraged to tune into it. The King of Pentacles in reverse, especially paired with the Envy card in reverse, is talking about the tendency to look outside of ourselves and say, why can they have these things and why don't we have them yet? However, this is shifting. This shifts as we drop down into our heart space and as we trust and as we act from that place, as we act from love and not from fear. So if you have been stuck in a tendency of judging others, of comparing yourself to others, of like trying to be better than others through like having a better house or car, clothes, shoes, purses, whatever. The cards are coming to say that it is time to release that energy because it's not getting us where we want to go. And sometimes Taurians, we fall into that a little bit. Not saying all of y'all, but sometimes we do. And where you are being encouraged then to place your energy as you take it away from focusing on anybody else. Like just stop focusing on anybody else. Send them love and light. Allow them to do what they do on their journey. And that's when you come into your own power and your own strength. And 100% of your energy is going to be put in your heart space, in just this empowerment that we're stepping into. I mean, you see her, she's taming a lion. She didn't do this through brute force. She did this through the confidence in herself, through the knowing that she could, and coming from her heart and coming from compassion. And those are the energies we are being encouraged to embrace. So let's move now to the fourth-ish week of April, the last part of April, and this is the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and this is talking about a hard time being over. Thank God. I'm ready for it. I know y'all are. All the energies throughout the whole first part of the month are getting us to this place. Okay, so I do encourage you to, whatever resonated with you throughout this reading, to just meditate on it. Maybe listen to this reading a couple times throughout the month. Pay attention to those new moon, full moon circles. Take advantage of the healings if you feel guided. Because these energies are getting us to this place where the hard time is over. This is talking about finances. This is talking about relationships. This is talking about a lot. It's like a breath of fresh air. Like we did it by the end of this month. Clarifying card is the door to spirit. So it's just as much a spiritual journey this month as it is a material journey, as it is a journey in our relationships, in our career, in our finances. The spiritual journey that you are going on aligns 100% with everything else. And that's why we're so encouraged to focus on releasing the emotions that don't serve us, on tuning into our intuition, tuning into our heart space, being present and mindful, shifting the energies away from judgment to cultivating that sense of empowerment and strength and love within ourselves. That is spiritual development. And as we navigate through those energies, we align with our higher self, we align with our soul's calling, and we bring a period of time that was difficult to an end. So we started the month with the Ten of Cups in reverse and with the walking away card, walking away from something. And what you are walking away from is whatever is creating grief for you. Okay, so let's get a little more clarification. Let's start with your love life. Okay, so 3 cards. I pulled 3 cards for a love reading. This is if you're in a relationship, if you're single, like interpret these cards as it pertains to you. The first card is release your ex. This is talking about releasing a person that no longer serves you, for some. This is talking about releasing resentment. If you're in a relationship, releasing any energy that is blocking the flow of love, either in a current relationship or your openness to a new relationship. And this could come from old karmic partners, defense mechanisms that we may have built up because of them that are not serving us. Like, it's just releasing all of that. It also can be negative patterns that you and your current partner have built up between each other. It's just like a month to wipe the slate clean and take it from there and say, like, let's just get rid of the resentment that no longer serves you. And this is only speaking to you. So it's not saying to take abuse or just, it's not at all saying to like give your partner this pass, you can do whatever you want and treat me like shit sort of thing. But it is saying if you're in this relationship and you want a relationship to work, evaluating what is taking away from it and how much of that energy is stemming either from past relationships that you had, they had, or just past occurrences or negative energy patterns that you guys formed in your relationship. If you're single, letting go, releasing all of your exes, releasing the patterns that you had in those relationships, releasing expectations that this next relationship is going to be just like all the other ones. You have to release all that before you can move on to the next stage. And what is the next stage? Very soon. So that's good. The card says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So again, this is if you're single, if you're in a relationship, what do you want? What do you want? Clearly decide. Anything that takes away from that, allow yourself to release it. And of course, if you're in a partnership, working with your partner to do so as well, in whatever way is necessary. But this is saying, again, kind of like the end of the hardship, there's a transformation that is occurring. And if you're in a really happy relationship, then these are just things that could even deepen your relationship. So like just doing a full scan of like what's taking away from it in any way, from my childhood, from past relationships, and how can I release those? And then the final card is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Again, this is the last card. I'm feeling like by the end of April, relationships, if this is a concern for you, relationships are going to shift as well. Let's take a look at career and life purpose. So this is business, job, whatever this means for you. The first card we got was inspiration. Your idea is divinely inspired. Take action accordingly to set it in motion. Like I said, you're going to be getting intuitions this month. These intuitions are leading you in the next in this new direction. So trust them. Do not doubt them, even if they sound crazy. Because look at the second card that we got, prosperity. Your actions have resulted in incoming abundance. Trust your inspiration. Walk away from things that you need to walk away from. As you do, the more you align with that, the more you call in this success and this prosperity. So really good cards in terms of shifting a career, a business, becoming more successful. It's all coming from within you. So since we got the prosperity card, let's now look at the abundance card that you got. What's going to aid in your abundance? Employment change. Oh, Tauruses, there is a shift for us this month. Your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported every step of the way. Another card indicating that by walking away something that doesn't serve you, embracing something that does serve you, it's going to lead to physical manifestations in your life. Very exciting. Okay, so let's end with your question. What do you have a question about? Just tune in. All right, ready for the answer? Don't stop. Be assertive. So whatever those, I'm not going to dive too deep into that, but those are your answers. What your question was, don't stop and be assertive. Kind of goes with the entire energy this month. All right, Tauruses, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please comment. I love to read your comment, like, subscribe. More information about personal services below. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful April. So much love.